Oh, hello, hi there. If you've seen the title of this video, then yeah, I don't really have much good news in terms of this exotic right here, the Trident Vice. I did put a build together to try and save it, but I've come to realize this build can be utilized better on other classes instead of the Hunter. Real quick, this Crab exotic increases glaive reload speed and melee damage when surrounded. I think you have to be around four enemies have to be around you for the surrounded damage to take effect. And I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4. Regardless, it's just a 30% increase that does stack with things that are close to melee. Glaive melee final blows overflow around to the magazine. Glaive projectile final blows detonate if the glaive deals matching damage to your subclass type. You poke things in order to get a round back in your magazine. For the glaive, that just stacks up to double the capacity. Then when you shoot something and when it dies, it does like a little dragonfly effect. Yeah, that's neat. Probably the best part of this exotic is sometimes when the melee damage actually decides to kick in and the overflow on melee, so you never have to reload. But as I've come to realize, you can easily bypass that. Yes, I am running Void on Hunter because this exotic is on Hunter. Got Vanishing Step and Trapper's Ambush as our aspects. It doesn't really matter what you run. You could run Starless Execution or over one of the other two if you want. But the main part of the build is in the fragments. Arguably the most important, that's Echo of Exchange. Melee final blows grant grenade energy. Now, weirdly enough, the final blows from the glaive melee also counts towards this. That I'll show you in a bit. The next important thing, Echo of Starvation. Picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power grants Devour. Now once again, since the glaive is counted as a melee or just a kill in general, it'll reproc Devour on every kill you get, and if you look at the description of Devour, it gives you grenade energy on every kill. So when you have Devour up and you get a melee final blow, these two stack to give you grenade energy. So you get your grenade back in like 3 or 4 melee kills. And further buffing our grenades. Echo of Undermining, which weakens enemies when they're hit by the grenade. It is 15%, but still, 15% is 15% better than nothing. It does take quite a hit to your discipline though, but honestly, I don't think it even matters at this point, considering the stacking of Devour and Echo of Exchange. And the last one, Echo of Harvest. Defeating weakened targets creates an overpower and a void breach. That is very nice, but it does have a cooldown, which makes sense, or else you're gonna be having void breaches and orbs of power all over the place. Now the glaive that I'm deciding to use on this build, Ecliptic Distaff, as it is also a void. The Enigma is the other void glaive, but it doesn't have close to melee, so there's no point in running it. Because close to melee is the easiest way to buff your melee damage for a glaive. Simply get a kill, and there you go. You just need to keep on poking things and constantly refreshing it, and then you're good for 30% damage buff that's up basically the entire damn time. Yeah, the other weapons you can run whatever. I'm just running Demolitionist, Adrenaline Junkie, Last Breath, because it's one of the few kinetic auto rifles, or one of the few kinetic weapons in general that has Demolitionist in the left slot. Couple other good things you can pair in the right slot, but I've just landed on the Adrenaline Junkie and just ran with it. For heavy, Xenophage, we need some range in this thing, and you can run whatever heavy you want. Oh boy, armor now. Here just maximizing resilience, maximizing discipline. Got some ability, some recovery, don't really care about strength or intellect. The harmonic siphon and kinetic siphon. For the harmonic siphon, it works for the glaive shots, not the melees. That's one way to get orbs. Another way, kinetic siphon. You just switch over to kinetic, burst down a couple of enemies, and there you go. You got it back. You got an orb of power. Another way for orb of power generation is firepower, which is just a simple grenade final blow. And if you get a grenade final blow, you got to trigger Echo of Harvest, because your grenade does weaken enemies, and then that counts as a weakened enemy final blow. So from one grenade, you can get 2 orbs of power and 1 void breach. Then we got grenade kickstart to get our grenade back a wee bit faster. Normal resistances. Then we got solar holster, so the scavenger for the xenophage, because I'm not bothered reloading that. And innovation. So every time you do pick up an orb of power, you do get your grenade cooldown back a bit faster. And you got Reaper, because the glaive, both glaive attacks, the shot and the glaive melee both count towards Reaper. So even funny enough, you can just throw on the radiant dance machines and dodge between every glaive melee and get it overpower each and every time. Here we also have powerful attraction, basically necessary on a hunter because how often we can dodge. And finally proximity ward for a bit of extra protection while finishing. You can throw whatever you want in here instead. I just thought, why not? Put that in there. A quick little demonstration to show how dumb the combination actually is. Oh no, our grenade is gone. Dodge. Get 1 kill. We get an orb of power. 1 melee. 2 melee. 3 melee. Grenade. 1, 2, and 3. So it is 4 with no kickstart. But yeah, there's another grenade there. And another grenade. So that's how fast you can get your grenade back with a glaive, with echo of the domineering. One of the aspects plus devour. So you just run around and constantly poke things. Yeah, that's basically the best version of the build you're gonna get for a hunter. Oh yeah. Throw down a grenade. Get 2 orbs of power, 1 void breach. Right, if I was to look on the side, astral harvest cooldown, so you can't spam the shit out of that, unfortunately. And so, since the exotic itself doesn't really do much for us, you can switch off to whatever else you want, because the main essence of the build is these 2 to get your grenades back as fast as possible. Now I did test it before with scatter grenades, and the grenade recharge itself doesn't change how much energy you get from devour and the aspect at the same working at the same time. You can run any grenade that you want. Since it's tied to the void subclass in and of itself and not any classic specific exotic, you can run whatever you want. So since you don't have the auto reload from the exotic, you can simply throw on Judgment of Kilgarath with Demolitionist. Gotta have your grenade back extremely fast and damn near 100% of the time, so you can just toss a grenade and reload the glaive like that. And trust me, the other classes do have better exotics when it comes to this build anyways. After this for Hunter, not much really works. Assassin's Cowl doesn't work. Capri's Sting doesn't work. And there's really nothing else to mention that really helps out the glaive in and of itself. Nothing at all. However, you go to Titan, you have things like Syntheseps that work. You have Wormgod Caress that works. ACD Feedback Fence might work, but honestly the damage buff from Wormgod is too good to give up. I'm not sure what else would work too well. But definitely the best is on Warlock, because you have things like Necrotic Grip. That's gonna help out your ad clear and just damage overall more than anything else. And you also have Winter's Guide as well. That's also going to increase your glaive damage. Yeah, that's it. All in all, this exotic is a poor attempt at making glaives better. Hell, it's not even the best exotic for glaives, given that necrotic grip exists. So yeah, there's really no point running after these things. Just get them as a drop once, throw them in your vault, and hope an eventual rework comes or glaives get buffed until they're actually usable.